finishing a book that I started in 2019, and then I realized that I was being an idiot. I am definitely going to save this one for last though. They're already doubled up, and then I'm going to double it up again for the Animal Crossing Read-a-thon. Hello lovely bookworms, I'm Esmay from Paradise of Pages on Instagram and also on Twitter, and welcome to a new video. As you can see from the title, we are doing my March TBR. I'm gonna say it again, and I think I'm gonna say it every single month. I can't believe we're already starting March very soon. It flies by all of a sudden. I don't know what it is. Anyway, as you can see from the title, we are doing something interesting and different today. I think the title is going to be something along the lines of Game of the Books, which is what we're going to call this. And basically, this is a board game for TBR. I think a lot of you have seen these kinds of TBRs float around YouTube. One of them, and I think one of the most popular ones, is The Bookopoly by Becca and the Books. I will link her channel down below. Another one is TBR Pursuit by JD Ray Reads. Again, I will link her down below. I love both of those. And both of those are just amazing creators, so if you want to check them out, go right ahead. So I definitely had some inspiration on that aspect. I am doing a board game. However, I didn't just want to take their idea and do it myself. I wanted to create something that is new, though it is in the board game range. So I actually started thinking to myself, what is a game that I could use, or a board that I could use to make a TBR game. And then I thought of something that I used to play a lot when I was a kid in Dutch, and we call it ganzenborden. Then I started Googling and realized that in English there's also something like this called Game of the Goose, hence the name Game of the Books. And I basically just took that board and created it into something that I can use for TBR. So let me grab the board. So this is the board for Game of the Books. I hope this isn't messing with the white balance of the video, but I'll put it down soon. As you can see, I have used the board of Game of the Goose. If you don't know what Game of the Goose is, you can always just Google it and you'll see that it is this pattern. I basically colored it in, color-coded it, and that's gonna be the cards on the side here. One thing I do want to say before we actually move over to the actual board and roll number 1 is that this is not going to be genre related. This is just going to be linked to the prompts on the cards and the cards that I pick on that side. But it will all get clear by the time that we actually go to this board and I explain a little bit more. But yeah, I'm very excited to start this. So I'm gonna put it down. Also, something that I wanted to mention is that I have to be incorporating a couple of things into this TBR. First and foremost is my monthly challenge by Femke. That is going to be in here. Luckily I could fit it in. And secondly is my whimsical book club, Book of the Month, book/read. Also going to be incorporating that one. And also something that I need to incorporate is the Read-a-thon that I am joining this month. I am going to be joining the Animal Crossing Read-a-thon. I will link their Twitter down below so that you can check it out. I'll also let you know as we go the prompts and which books I'm reading for it, whatever way it comes up. So I think that is everything that I wanted to say for now. So let's just move over to the board and roll number 1. Welcome to the first time playing Game of the Books. I'm very excited about this. This has been in the making for, well, quite a bit now, and I finally finished it. As you can see, the board pretty much looks like Game of the Goose as well. We'll be going around with this cute little windmill here, and the dice we'll be using is my Dungeons & Dragons dice, which has 20 sides, so we'll be able to go around the board pretty much all the way and more. That said, if I land on the 63, that means there's a wild card, and if I surpass the 63, I'll be adding an additional roll. So for the rules, basically which color I land on is the color card I have to pick on this side. The cards on that side are not genre related. I can pick any book I want as long as it matches the prompt on the card itself. I actually read mostly fantasy, so I want to be able to pick that for everything I get out of those cards. Also, in addition, I will be rolling 6 times, so without further ado, let's just start with roll number 1. 17. Yellow. Let's pick a yellow card if it will work with me. Read a book published in 2017. Okay, I think I can work with that. I'll have to do a little bit of digging, but Goodreads will be my friend here. So the very first roll for Game of the Books was yellow, and that one was Read a Book, published in 2017. For this one, I did go to Goodreads because I needed a little bit of help. And this is also going to be linked to the Animal Crossing Read-a-thon, so I'm excited I could slot them in and like double them up. Otherwise, I'd be reading 20 books next month, and I don't think I have the time for that. So let's start with book number 1. And for that one, I am reading Wind Witch by Susan Dennard. This was published in 2017, and also a series that I really want to continue this year, so I thought we can pick this up. This is the second book in the Truth Witch series. So far, I think 5 books have been like announced, or Goodreads says that there's going to be 5 books, of which 3 are out already, and I just really need to continue this series. I read Truth Witch last year and really enjoyed it, so it's only fair that I read it now. Then I'm also reading this for the prompt Animal Crossing GameCube, I believe, and this basically is read a book that's been on your TBR the longest or reread a favorite. This particularly might not be the one that has been on my TBR the longest, but Truth Witch definitely has been, so I think it's only fair that I pick this one for that as well. So that is book number 1 for the month. Roll number 2. Another 17. Blue. Read a book with animals. Oh damn, that's gonna be difficult. Then roll number 2 is read a book with animals in it. And I actually put a book on my TBR last month that I didn't get to, that I know has animals because it says so in the title. So that's what we're doing. And basically what I am reading is The Serpent's Secret. I put this on my Demon-a-thon TBR, but didn't get to it. Considering a serpent is an animal, I thought it was only fair that we read it in March. Roll number 3. 7. Pink. We're going all the colors today. Really like that for the first time. Read a book with sprayed edges. Okay, I got a couple of those. Roll number 3 was pink, and that says read a book with sprayed edges. This was more difficult than I thought it was because I only have a couple that I haven't read yet. Otherwise, it would have been a reread, which I don't mind, but you know. And for this prompt, we are reading Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha Nagan. This is the continuation of Girls of... what was it? I just checked my shelf. It's Girls of Paper and Fire. I keep saying this wrong. I keep mixing it up, and it's the same thing with this book. I keep mixing up the title. It's so annoying, but it has sprayed edges, so that's why we're reading this. I am excited to see if I enjoy this. I remember not being blown away by the first book, but that's also because I went in not knowing too much and realizing that my assumptions about the book was wrong, so that might also be why I wasn't blown away, because it was a pretty solid read, so I'm excited to continue it. Then roll number 4. 7 again. Green. We also haven't had green yet. Read a physical book. That is easily done. Then the next roll was a green one, and that one said, read a physical book. This one was pretty easy. So for this one, I actually picked the book that Femke is challenging me to read in March, and luckily for me, it is also my Whimsical Book Club book for the month of March. So they're already doubled up, and then I'm going to double it up again for the Animal Crossing Read-a-thon, so that's very lucky for me. And that is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. I've heard so many people gush about this thing. I seriously haven't heard anything negative about this. I have to say that I don't know too much about it. I like going into my books not knowing too much, which is something that I really enjoy. And in general, I'm just very excited to get to this. And I'm also going to be reading this for the Tum Nook Challenge, which is basically read a book that you have recently checked out of the library or one that you've recently purchased. This is one of my most recent purchases. So it literally ticks 3 boxes this month, and I'm just so excited to get to this one. Okay, and then roll number 5. 5. Another green one. Wild card. This basically means that I can pick whatever I want. Then roll number 5 was another green, and that one was a wild card. Every colored stack has one wild card, so one of them is already out for now, but I'm excited so I could fill this in with a book that I really, really needed on there. But first I will go into the challenge that it basically will fill for the Animal Crossing Read-a-thon. So for this one, this is going to be filling the KK Slider prompt, which is listen to an audiobook or read a book that has musical elements. And I found this one by far the most difficult out of all of them. And then I realized that I was being an idiot and I legit have a book on my shelf that screams musical elements, and also one that has been on there too long and that I have to read. And that's This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab, or Victoria Schwab rather. It literally says song in the title. And once I realized this, after Googling, I felt like an idiot because I had looked at my shelves multiple times and thought, the only one that has musical elements in there is Winter Song, but I've already read that one. Not realizing what was right in front of my nose, but we're finally reading This Savage Song, or at least I hope I am, and I'm just very excited about it. I hope that I'm gonna like it because this is more like urban fantasy, because it's more in like the real world, I believe, and that is usually not the thing that I love a lot, but I'm excited, and once I finish this duology, I can finally get to A Darker Shades of Magic, which I need to read soon. And then, hopefully the last roll number 6. I don't think it's gonna be the last roll, you guys. Yellow. Read a book with an odd or even number in the title. Oh gosh, this is gonna be difficult. Okay, so I thought this was the last roll, but it is not. We passed the 63, so yeah. But the semi to last one is a yellow, and that one is Read a book with an odd or even number in the title. This was just as difficult as the musical elements one, and it's kind of a book that I am not too excited to read, but we're gonna do it anyway. And that is Two Dark Reigns by Kendar Blake. This is the 3rd book in the Three Dark Crowns series. I read the first and the second one, hence why I'm reading the 3rd one, and I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the series, but I'm not full-blown excited about it. I do kind of want to finish it. I know that there's a 4th book after this. I hope that I really like this one so I can finish the series. That said, I'm also going to be using this book for the read-a-thon, and for this one I'm using the Able Sisters, which is read a book with strong family themes. This one has 3 sisters in here, so I think it is only fair that I link it to this as well. It fit really nicely, luckily, but I don't really want to read this book, but I'm gonna attempt. I am definitely gonna save this one for last though. But I do really hope that I can read it this month. As you can see, we have surpassed the 63, so that means in the first month we already have to add another book, but that is okay. So roll number 7. 2. The last one is a blue one. Last one is a blue card, a book with a white cover. I think I have a couple of those, or as long as the cover has white, it's a white cover. So yeah, last one. Okay, and then the last book. We already have an extra book this month, so we have a total of 7. Luckily, everything fit really nicely into the read-a-thon as well, so all boxes will be ticked there as well. And then for the last prompt that we're doing for Game of the Books this month is read a book with a white cover. For this one, I am finishing a book that I started in 2019, and that is The Poppy War by R.F. Kong. I know I put this on my Demon-a-thon TBR as well, and I didn't finish it. I did get 180 pages in, so I am a little way in, but I just need to finish it, and I will next month, hopefully. That said, I'm also filling this into the Animal Crossing Read-a-thon, and for this one I'm going for Rossetti, which is don't forget to save, read a book with a bookmark. And considering there's already a bookmark in this book, I thought it was only fair to read this one. So that said, those were all of the books that I wanted to read this month. I hope you're excited about this new board game. I definitely am. I am so excited to get going with this. There are so many amazing and interesting prompts on there. I also know that there's a couple of them that I am very scared about, but I'm just in general very, very excited to get to the books and read some more of my more physical books that have been on my shelves for ages, and literally ages. That said, I quickly wanted to talk about the Animal Crossing Read-a-thon because I think I forgot to mention when this is. I think it starts at the 9th of March and goes up until the 20th, which is the day that Animal Crossing New Horizon will be released for the Nintendo Switch. I've had it pre-ordered for over a month now, which is very late, I realize, because I love Animal Crossing. I'm so excited for this new game, and I will definitely be playing it. Also, if you are joining the Animal Crossing Read-a-thon, please let me know what you're reading. If you haven't heard of it, are you planning to join? Please do join me. That said, just let me know what you're reading or wanting to read. That said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and press that little bell icon so you can post notifications every single time that we post. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!